Hello friends, myself Ravi Idania, and today I am here with my Viva topic, that is recursion. So today's date 12th September 2022. So we will start. So basically, what is recursion? Recursion, it is a process in which method call itself. So we can say when one method call another method, that is a normal we can say it is normal process. But when one method call itself continuously, means until one certain condition is false, until one certain condition is true, it will call itself, and at the last it will stop. So that is process is called recursion. So why we need recursion? So basically, it is a simple process, but it has some difficulties to little bit difficulties to understand the flow of program. So when we want to understand the basic or the better flow of an program, how the execution of code is done, and how the code will execute, and how variables are created, and how the values are initialized or printed, etc. So in this process, in that type of case, when we use recursion, it is easy for us to know how the flow of control is going transfer from one form to another. So basically, recursion can replace the we can say replace for loop and while loop also, because we know that when we use for loop, it consumes some more memory, and it takes more we can say more time to execute, and the time complexity is increases. But using recursion, it is because we are using basic function, so it doesn't we can say have more load on it, and it will it have better time complexity. So instead of using for loop or looping statements, we can use recursion, because but we have to but in recursion we have to check the conditions when we call the call itself, or when we call the function itself, because in looping statement our loop can go to infinite loop, or it will terminate into infinite loop, as same as our recursion function or method can go to infinite, because if we doesn't give a terminating condition, or if it doesn't give a condition, so we have to give a basic condition, so that till that condition is true, our loop will execute, and at the last our loop will break and its execution will be ended. So for simple, we can simply, for example, I will give some example for you. Suppose we want to perform addition of two numbers, that is easy, a plus b, or 1 plus 2 equals to 3. But when we want to perform it long range, suppose we need to have sum of 10 numbers, 1 to 10 numbers. So basically we have two ways, that is first we have to use for loop or any looping statements. But using looping statement, it will increase the time complexity, or it will increase the load on the we can say execution. But the next part is recursion. Suppose we write our function method in which we pass our initial value, that is we will pass a zero, we will pass one value, that is integer value, and initially we will pass a 0. So if we write the condition till our that value, for example, when we pass 0 in the method area, it will accept one variable. Suppose that variable name is I, so we will give condition till I less than or equals to 10. Inside it we declare one variable, that is sum. We will do sum equals to sum plus I, and after that we will write I plus plus, and we call the I method another time. So till our condition is true, when when our value of I increases from 1 to 9, 10, it will be true and it will call itself again and again. But when the condition is false, it will go outside of loop and we will print the sum. So basically, instead of using looping statement, we can use recursion in that place. So basically, recursion is not a, we can say, a particular same as type of looping. So in looping statement there are type of loops, for loop, while loop. In some string there are some string methods, predefined methods, but there is no predefined method in recursion. It is a simple method or simple function in which we call itself. Basically that's all about recursion. And recursion is not a part of Java, only Java. It is part of every programming language, because in multiple programming languages we write methods or functions, and if we call that method or function by itself, so that will be a recursion. So basically calling when method call itself, it is called recursion. So with this I like to stop here. Thank you.